Bipolar Rant, the political version. Take one.
Are you scared?
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks. 30-pack of strolls, 30-pack of no Rogaine in the propane flows. The chosen one, I'm the living proof with the gift of gab from the city of truth.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Bipolar Rant, our political take on things. Today we're going to be discussing various political topics with a few famous faces, and we can go ahead and bring them out now. Introducing first, we have Hillary.
Style and grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the queendom.
The queendom, where the kings bow down. Every relinquish the crown. Y'all gon' hit me now. I just turn that around and make you love me, love me, love me. The queendom, where the kings bow down. Every relinquish the crown. Y'all gon' hit me.
Second, we have Barack. Donald.
She take my money when I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling friend indeed. Oh,
And last but not least, a blast from the past. We're going to start the show by having a coin flip.
I got a coin. Let's use this coin.
Oh, we need to check that coin, make sure it ain't crooked or anything.
Oh, you silly boy.
Looks like heads and
Wanna
tails
play?
here. I want to play, Chucky. Why don't you flip the coin? And Hillary, why don't you call it? Ladies first.
I'll call heads. Oh, I always win.
Heads it is, and you can have your coin back.
You want to
So we'll have
a popular vote?
we'll have Hillary start by picking topic of her choice.
I'll pass to Barack to pick.
All right, we can do that too.
What's the options?
Well, how about I pick the topic and then
We'll go
you
for
guys
it.
can start,
Okay.
Fair enough.
and then I give you guys a couple minutes to talk about it, and then you guys can rebut, if you will. So, let me see here. Let's talk about the caravan that's coming up from Mexico.
You mean the one that has a bunch of economic migrants that, don't have any money and deserve to be in America for free?
Yeah, those guys.
All right. You go ahead, Barack.
I don't know if they deserve to be in the country for free. What I do know is they're economic migrants, they're fleeing from persecution, they're looking for jobs, they want to be gardeners. If you want to keep gardeners out of this country, that's fine with me. We don't need more gardeners in this country. But to say they're terrorists, to say there's Middle Eastern people with them, to say they're going to spread disease, to say they're going to rape our women and burn our cows, that's just a bunch of baloney that Trump is spouting just to get votes. I even heard people saying that they're going to arrive just on election day. Like, they're still like 2 months away. If there was no election coming up, we wouldn't even be talking about the migrant caravan yet. It'd be like, we'd wait 2 months till they got here. So all of this hullabaloo going around about it is just for votes. It's just politics, just for votes.
Dave, I remember hearing on the radio, live, that, Donald Trump wanted to shoot some of those people.
Yes, he does. For throwing rocks.
Throwing rocks. Man, it's not like a rock has ever hurt anybody.
Not like a gun has.
All right, what do you guys got to say about that?
Well, as the only president that's actually been shot in this group, I'd have to say we should shoot him. You know, back in my day, we didn't have to worry about this problem because people respected our country. They knew what our borders meant. We let people in, but they came in legally.
I was going to say that none of the people in the caravan are trying to come into this country illegally. People coming illegally are sneaking in across the borders. They're not in big caravans, public, walking to our borders, trying to use our legal process to get in this country, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get this country legally by claiming the legal law that allows them to claim sanctuary and through the persecution in their country. American law, they're trying to obey.
Now look, this all started back when I was president and before I was president. We made deals with you Democrats to let people that were out here illegally in to stay in. But you just want more. You want more. You're paying for these people to come over here to begin with.
Hey, don't blame me. I was a little kid when all that happened. I'm not even alive.
That's right. You were in Kenya. You weren't even in the United States.
I'm sorry, Ronald. Can you expound upon that? David not being in the United States.
Well, you know, he was over there in Kenya with his daddy. And I sent some missiles over there, but apparently I missed him.
Last time I checked, he was born in Hawaii.
Well, that's what you would like us to believe, wouldn't it?
Yes, my mom was smart enough to get the newspaper in Hawaii to print my birth, even though I was born in Kenya. She knew one day I'd be president, need proof that I was born in Hawaii, so she got a birth announcement in that Hawaii newspaper. Very smart of her.
Sorry, bro. I'm going through some aging. I didn't mean to call you David. I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting so old that I can't even think straight. Sometimes I feel like I got this cough going on.
Maybe you're going through the
water would be
change.
nice.
It's pretty strange here that Abe Lincoln's the second youngest person at the table.
That's right.
There's all these old people surrounding us.
Where the fuck did they crap at? Where did they fucking crap at?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Mr. Voorhees would like to know, as far as the caravan goes, where are there porta potties on the way? Where are these guys crapping?
They're just helping the people let them use the bathroom and feed them along the way. They have nothing.
Probably the same exact way that they crap in Costa Rica. In a pot.
So they're just carrying crap pots, if you will, and
No! They build them out of sand. Have you never been to Mexico before, Abe?
no.
It's a really nice place to vacation every once in a while.
Not if I got a
No,
crap in a pot.
Abe, hold on. You should set up a very nice charity where you can then use the money to go on vacations whenever you want. That's what Bill and I did. It's very nice.
Not as nice as Mar-a-Lago, but pretty nice.
Mar-a-Lago is nice, but not as nice as Cancun.
Since we're talking about Mexico, why do the Democrats want to open the borders and protect all the sanctuary cities?
Did you not hear me when I started? Did you not hear me when I started?
I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. I said that these poor people need to come to our country so that they can make some money so they can send it back home so their families can be set. You know, we're part of the top 1%. The top 1%. Do you know what that means? In the world. 1%. Those poor little Mexican babies are only making $2 a day on average. $2!
What do you think about that, Donald?
Well, personally, that many immigrants coming across our border.
You're deplorable.
Will cause a financial just fall apart of what we've got going on right now. Our lower class will become lower than they were before because the jobs will be taken by people who are willing to take less money and do the same job. when we open our states and our borders up to stuff like that, it's a guaranteed recipe for disaster.
You just want to see people die.
I'm worried about our people.
We should be worried about all the people. All the people.
That's interesting, Don, you say that. Because the far left opinion is don't let people in this country like Mexicans because they'll lower pay rates. We want people to make money. We want businesses to suffer having to pay lots of money to employees. That's what liberals want, whereas you Republicans want cheap labor. Why do you think there's so many illegal aliens in this country right now? Because Republicans want cheap labor. The people that vote for Republicans want cheap labor. That's why there's so many Republicans in this country right now.
Well, we can't fix the problem by keeping the borders open anymore.
I didn't say we should. I never once said we should keep the borders open. I said we should obey the laws.
But Rock, you have too. You have said it so many times. Remember those talks that we had on my jet?
No, actually I don't.
Well, that's because you don't remember anything. You know, we talk, Barack and me, we talk all the time. We're on the phone, we're emailing. Sorry, I don't email except about yoga. You know, Barack and I, we're always talking, man. He's my home G slice skizzle, bro.
Don't go let me jealous.
You know, America was great back when I was president, and y'all screwed it all up. So Donald here, he's doing a good job getting us back to being great again.
I don't know, there were 12 years of Bushes between me and you.
Well, speaking of Donald, Donald, why do a lot of Americans think that you're a racist?
Well, they probably listen to what I say and not what I do. I have made some racist comments, but I have helped all walks of life on U.S. soils, and just take everything I say with a grain of salt, because you have to look at the results, and the results speak for themselves.
And the result is, though, that you're making this country more racist by saying racist things. Even though you might be helping poor people, black people, women, you're still saying racist things, which is making this country more racist.
Well, Barack, we were getting along just fine until you were president. And you didn't support our police. You didn't help them at all.
I didn't have enough money.
You encouraged the
money
riots.
to pay the police.
You encouraged the riots.
I don't know.
I don't remember Barack ever encouraging riots. What I remember is him saying, that black boy right there, he could have been my black son. He could have been my son if he was black, but he was black. That poor boy, I just can't believe what happened to that poor boy. Barack, can you imagine if you had sons instead of daughters? What it'd be like to lose a son, Barack? That poor family. Excuse me for a second while I cry.
All right, moving on.
You wanted to kill cops. Why do you want to kill cops?
Who?
You.
I don't want to kill cops. He wants to kill cops.
He wants to kill everybody.
You want to send him to jail for killing black kids.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that one.
All right. Maxine Waters. Why is she wanting to humiliate all the conservative representatives?
Because she doesn't like them. That's how you win elections. If you can humiliate your own side, you win elections.
I'm not even going to touch that.
Why does Trump make up names for people like Lion Ted so he can win an election? He doesn't think Lion Ted's Lion Ted anymore because he supports Lion Ted now that Ted's running for an office that he wants him to get.
So it's just a strategic move.
The same as every time Trump calls people Lion Ted. It's a strategic move.
So she's just not a hateful bitch. She's just having a strategy.
Well,
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
I have no data that
If
she's
you would
not.
please watch your language, I don't think that Abe used to talk like that.
Oh, Hillary's
I'll give you that one, Hillary.
And the only bitch here is me.
All right, let's talk about the Second Amendment. We'll start with Donald. I think that's one of his favorite subjects.
Well, Guns are here to save people and have saved more lives than they have killed people. The right to have a militia to stand up against our government, something that a lot of people are afraid of nowadays. We're ready to give the American people a right to defend themselves against any threats, domestic or foreign. And it's a right that you should have.
I don't disagree with your basic premise, but when things happen like children are murdered in somewhere up north, I forget where, it happened too long ago so we remember. In America, it happens, and Americans forget.
So does Barack, apparently.
If you would admit that because of our laws, children would be massacred every once in a while, then I'm on your side. If you want to say, oh well, we couldn't just admit that we could not. There's nothing we could do to stop kids from being massacred. 50. How many people died in Las Vegas a year or two ago? Just admit that those things can't be stopped because we give people who are crazy guns, and I'm on your side. If you think we can stop that, we have to find a way to stop that, and that might mean banning guns from some people.
Look, I just want to say, if ever you're in trouble, you should do the same thing that my good old friend Joe said. He said, just take your double-barrel shotgun, load it up, take it outside, and say, hey, I got a gun, and then blast both of those rounds off into the sky. That's what Joe said, the vice president.
Hey, let me ask you a question. How did all those guns wind up in Mexico? All those illegal firearms they found that were killing our border patrol. How did they get there? Under your name.
Dumbasses.
You know, actually,
Your administration?
I don't think that was under his name. We used to have a attorney general who was also black, you racists. What was his name, honey? I don't remember no more.
What are we talking about?
The attorney general, the black guy. You
Colin
remember?
Powell?
No,
I forgot his name too.
that one guy that you pawned off all those guns on so you could sell them to
The
Mexico.
program that you're talking about there was started by Bush.
Well, if we're still talking about the American citizens, the U.S. FBI database shows that at least 500,000 lives, up to 3 million lives a year are saved by us using our guns to save ourselves.
So you're saying more people are saved by guns than are
Easily.
killed by guns?
Well, you can check these stats out on the census.
Let's discount every time someone is saved with a gun from a person with a gun. Let's think only the times people are saved with guns, people with knives or fists. Now, what are your numbers?
Well, I have
If we
numbers
have
that
guns,
show
we wouldn't be safe with guns.
Including, here we go,
What's the Attorney General's name? The black guy.
12,000.
Tony something?
Eric
Holder.
Eric Holder. That guy.
12,000 deaths a year by guns.
Okay,
20,000 deaths a year by suicide.
right?
But we have 500,000 documented cases of people being saved by firearms.
Right?
So there are more lives saved by guns than are intentionally or by
How
breaking the law.
many times are guns used to save people from people with guns? If we didn't have guns, people wouldn't need to be saved from people with guns. It seems like unfair.
Well, it comes down to one question, I believe. Is it better to have a gun and not need it than need a gun and not have it?
Never.
It's better
It
to
is
have a gun
never
than-
good to have a
You
gun.
know, I got a question. Is it better to have a bunch of children murdered or not?
I would agree with you, Hillary, because Bill's used his gun way too many times, hasn't he?
Who did
That is not fair, Ronnie
That
boy.
is fair.
That is not fair.
Look, listen,
What did Ronnie say?
He said Bill used
You
the gun
cannot
too
bring
many
up
times.
Bill in this.
listen,
What did Bill use a gun? I'm missing something
listen. Our founding
There
fathers
was a sexual reference.
wanted
It
to
was
make
definitely a
sure,
sexual reference.
that our people would be able to protect themselves from a tyrannous government. So they made sure that they had the Second Amendment. That Second Amendment gave us the right to to bear arms. And
And to arm
you
bears.
can't take that away from people. Now, if you want gun control, which we have compromised with your side so many times on, but you're just never happy. If you really want that, then you need to take the correct action to do that by having an amendment done, which has to be ratified by all the states. It wasn't easy to get done. Now, our people wanted the right to bear arms, and they have that right. It is in the Constitution. And above all, the Constitution is what we should be protecting.
I got a question. If the Second Amendment said the right to keep arms shall not be infringed, did not begin with the well-rooted militia part, what would the difference be? In your mind, what laws would be different if the Second Amendment didn't say well-rooted militia?
Well, first of all, the intent of that clause was for a militia of citizens, not a government-run militia, to keep them from doing that.
We have a government army now anyway.
Well,
again, I didn't ask my question though.
We could argue the fact, and I would say that we could argue the fact that it would be almost impossible for us citizens with guns to withstand a tyrannous government in the United States today. However, we have the right to try.
I agree, but still you didn't answer my question. How would things be different if that first law of the Second Amendment, the well-rooted militia, that wasn't there at all? What would the difference be?
The need for a well-regulated militia shall not be infringed, so that we could rise up against our government when it got out of control.
But still, though, my point is, if that line wasn't the Second Amendment, if the Second Amendment did not have that line, how would your opinion of what the Second Amendment means change?
It would not change.
Exactly. So basically, all people on the right completely and totally ignore that line of the Second Amendment. Like if it's not even there.
I'm not saying that we should.
And hold on just 1 second.
Mentioned that law, and he left out the first bit of it, but he said, when he talked about it, he missed that line. He ignored that line, but he quoted it in his book. Because he doesn't like that line because it means something.
Hey, hold your tongue real quick, let me talk.
Okay.
The Second Amendment only protects muskets. That's what it protects. Not these big black assault rifles, these ARs that they're murdering all these poor children with.
Well, Hillary, your party has killed more people without guns than any other party.
I have never killed in person.
Well, that's not entirely true. Now, is it Hillary?
Where's Monica at now? By the way, I haven't seen her.
Well, Monica's still alive. She's still living dead.
Oh, right.
But everybody else in her circle is dead. Killed with a gun, I might add.
All right, why is the media so divisive against Trump?
Well, some people on the right have mentioned how the media is a core foundation of this country. And Trump is attacking the media, saying how the media is the enemy of the people, which many people on the right have said, no, the media is not the enemy of the people. The media is part of this country, it's a great institution, and when Trump attacks it, it says it's the enemy, things happen like bombs get sent to CNN, and people start, and Trump gets away with telling complete fictional statements, and then when the media calls him on it, he says, oh, the media hates me, that's why they're saying this is a lie.
Speaking of CNN, CNN is the only news channel that you should use all the time. This Fox place, full of rapists and misogynists.
There are a lot of misogynists over in Fox News, that's for sure.
Yeah, there are. And
Well,
you know what else?
well, there used to be.
There's
They're
a
gone now.
lot of male masculinity that's toxic. Toxic masculinity.
Well, where are we coming from with that?
Look what you guys did to Kavanaugh. You merely destroyed the dude's life over a bunch of lies.
Yes, we destroyed the dude's life. The guy's on the Supreme Court right now, his life is destroyed. Boy, I wish my life was destroyed by being put in the Supreme Court. But let's destroy the lives of every poor person in this country by putting them all in the Supreme Court.
Well, I guess I should be on the Supreme
I
Court
think
then.
people on the right forget when they say about not having proof about Kavanaugh. People forget Kavanaugh wasn't on trial. Kavanaugh never went on trial because there's no proof. There's no evidence that can prove he was about a reasonable doubt. He was never on trial, and the Supreme Court review was never about him being on trial. It was about, is there enough evidence that he did something wrong in the past that maybe he should be a Supreme Court justice? That's all I got about Kavanaugh.
All right. let's move on just a little bit. What's the
Wanna play?
What's-
What?
Wanna play?
What do you mean, do I want to play?
We wanna play, you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, you know, you'll find out.
I don't know
worry.
what you mean.
Don't worry, you'll find out.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can you bring me some more water?
No, you get no water.
You know, Abe, I don't like the help that you hire around here. You should hire more people like Barack.
It's my wife's nephew. Moving on just a little bit. What's the economic situation been like since Trump took over?
It's been the worst in the world.
No, it's been actually pretty good. Basically, if you take a look
Had
at
it
the
been me, it would be the best in the world. But it's been the worst because it was Trump.
President, how things were getting better, they're basically straight on that same curve. Trump is basically busy attacking the media and doing all this crap and really not doing much at all when it comes to the economy. So basically my economic improvements continued bringing this country forward while Trump's all busy attacking the media and saying stupid things and not really doing much in this country.
I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood the question. I thought you said, how was the economy under Barack? I didn't hear that it was under Trump. I apologize. It has been so good. My taxes have gone down. I've been making way more from my charity. I've been on more vacations. I haven't even had to leave my woods yet.
And my taxes are down too, thank you, Trump.
Yeah.
Of course, the debt is skyrocketing.
Maybe
You know, Barack, under you doubled the debt. I'm really proud of you. High five.
Remember, there's some wars we got into that kind of causes problems with that.
Yeah, and then, you know, adding into Obamacare.
Well, Obamacare is net neutral, actually. That's one reason that the Republicans have a problem repealing it. The GEO said that it actually costs money to repeal it. So to repeal it, they'd have to actually find a source of revenue to make up for the amount that would actually cost them money. That's one reason why Republicans couldn't repeal Obamacare.
Wow.
cost of money to fix your mistakes again.
Always does.
You know, Barack, we did leave on bad terms. You firing me and all.
I don't remember firing you. When did I fire you?
You told me to get out of your room.
I'll
Remember
take
when
one
Michelle
more
walked in
from
that
you.
one night?
We're not going to talk about the red light district. So.
How's that security clearance, Hillary?
I'm sorry? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
No more clearance for you, is it,
He
maybe?
said it's hard for you to get to a Hilton now, isn't it?
I was trying to get it back, but I can't. Because all those emails that I sent about yoga
You know,
and wedding planning.
the economy is actually doing very well right now.
It is. It's doing well. It's following along the trend.
And it's doing very well. You know, it actually started when I took over, and there's this thing that y'all label trickle-down economics.
Mhm.
You know, and I am so proud because Donald pretty much took right out of my playbook here. And he's been doing a fantastic job with our economy. Now, it's funny that we didn't have any growth whatsoever to speak of while you were president. And now our debt did grow quite tremendously, so there was some growth. It was just in the wrong area.
I think
But that's okay.
On that. I think it was definitely growth. Maybe it might have been as much as other times.
Now,
I think
look.
definitely growth.
Now, Barack, I'm going to give you a little bit of credit because, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on in the world and we had lost a whole lot of jobs and you came in at a time when it was hard to get things going. But I'll remind you, the situation was just as dire when I became president. And now, look, the economy is improving greatly. We have the lowest unemployment rate that this country has had, well, since I was president. And you can't shake a stick at that. You cannot. We've had more jobs created, even though the media only wants to keep, pointing out when something closes. But we keep creating jobs, and Donald's plan is doing fantastic. It is doing fantastic.
All right.
Now, I know that you want to take credit for stuff, but you just can't take credit.
I just want to say that this setup here is just like the setup that we have over at CNN. where the people on the other end of the camera are helping out the other people that are against us.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's a shame, isn't it?
So I got a question for you.
It's all a bunch of lies.
How come Denver, Oregon, when the guy
You
gets
shut your
down
mouth,
this
boy.
area,
You go to hell,
he moves
bitch.
out. When he
Go to
this
fucking
guy-
hell.
I help create 2 businesses. I know how to create jobs. I'll create jobs. There's so many jobs around. Why is he promising jobs? Can you answer that?
Well, I didn't hear what you said.
Denver,
I'm a
Oregon,
little
when
old now,
Trump
you know.
said he started 2 companies and then tried to create jobs. And that if he was elected, which he was, he would help create more jobs.
And he did.
Well, no, just today. He just won the election today. Denver, Oregon, who won today.
Oh, okay.
He's
I thought you were
promising more
talking about
jobs.
Donald.
Denver Wrigley.
So if Donald's getting so many jobs, people, why is he promising more jobs? Why is he promising he'll create jobs if the economy is in such great shape that people have jobs?
Because the trick is you gotta keep the economy growing. And you keep it growing by creating even more jobs. And you keep creating and you keep creating by being innovative. Not by overtaxing, not by letting in people that are, well, we won't even go there.
Deplorable.
Here's how you create jobs.
You know,
Create
the
jobs
only
by spending
deplorable
lots of money.
person here, Hillary,
It's easy to create jobs and spend more money than
That
you have.
hurts my feelings.
Think how many jobs any company can create if they can just spend more money than they have. As long as you allow them to lose money, it's easy to create jobs.
well, Barack, I'll remind you that I cut spending as well as creating economic growth.
You did not cut spending,
Now,
sir.
hold on just a
Mr.
second.
Reagan, you did not cut spending.
Well, that's not entirely true. I did increase spending in the military, but I also got a wall torn down too, didn't I?
You did?
That's right, I did.
Actually,
All
I
right,
believe
I
Mr.
think,
Gorbachev got that wall torn down.
I think we,
Because without him, there would have been no wall torn down.
excuse me, Miss Hillary, we about run out of time, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. I think, the thing we need to
You know,
do
and I
here
don't
is
think that we should end this
agree
conversation
to
just yet.
disagree.
Because I don't think that Trump should be standing here,
Oh,
sitting here.
BT 2020.
I just cannot believe that
You're
you
too old,
invited him to
Hillary.
be here.
Hillary, just let Cory Booker run for president in 2 years, okay? You're a bit too old.
You know, I think that I should run for president, and I know that I'll win. With Joe by my side, I know I'll win. Just like you did.
I don't think so, Hillary, but I'll vote for you if you do win.
What in the
We'll
world?
make sure you win.
What?
We'll make sure you win. We'll play. We'll make sure.
Good. Maybe you can kill that guy over there.
No. Yeah.
Hey, you were saying?
I believe that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you guys for joining in for another episode of the Bipolar Rant, and we'll see you next time.
Cut!
Yeah, I think that's cop.
30 pack of stroll, 30 pack of no Rogaine in the propane flows. The chosen one, I'm the living proof with the gift of gab from the city of truth. I jab